What is going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and today on the panel I got
Rick.
my cousin Rick.
5.5?
5.5.
Let's say 5.5. My 5.5. This is more of an addendum to the X-Men one we did than it is an actual full length.
Right.
For lack of a better term.
If you're new to the channel or if you're new to the SoundCloud feed, I've been doing a few discussions and things with my cousin, and we've last time we've talked The Gifted, Fox's new take on in a spin-off of the X-Men franchise.
Exactly.
That's on Fox. We've reviewed the first 2 episodes, and we also had a pretty lengthy discussion on our history with the X-Men franchise, comics and otherwise. So
And how the movies hate continuity.
Check that out. And also we've done Too Much Batman.
Check it out.
And,
and don't forget the DuckTales
and we also did the DuckTales review together with a few of my good friends. And
but those aren't on the SoundCloud page yet, are they? Just still on the
no, they
are.
Okay. They are.
And then the Defenders one.
And we have also reviewed Defenders. So you've done a lot of you've done a good few of
like I said, I'm 5-timers club, baby.
Right. Still got a long way to catch up to my homies though.
Yeah, I know. But I'm closing in on them. Kinda, maybe, no.
Exactly. So we just saw the New Mutants teaser trailer, and we figured that this would be a decent companion piece to our X-Men conversation that we had, except not as long. But definitely check that out. It was very cool, dipping into X-Men's history as well as talking about the new Gifted television show. This New Mutants movie coming out April 13th?
Yes.
April 13th, 2018. It looks like they're going a whole different route with this.
It is it's like I said before about how like X-Men, they're trying to do different things in the X-Men universe. Like kind of how Deadpool's a straight up comedy set in the X-Men universe.
Right.
Logan was basically a spaghetti western set in it. Mm-hmm. And this one, they're doing a flat out horror set in the X-Men universe.
It was a teaser, but some things did make me jump. Whoever cut together that trailer, good on you.
Well, whenever they do that Pink Floyd song, The Wall,
right,
then they do it with creepy kids' voices. It's gonna it fit.
Every time you hear a creepy kid's voice in a horror film, know there's something bad's gonna happen.
Like they could be reciting like one of my favorite songs, but if I was like, I don't know. All I ever want. I'm gonna do A$AP Rock because that's the first one that popped in my head. All I ever wanted was to pick up. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. Edit that shit. That was
man, that would have been funny.
It was funny.
But okay, so I am not as familiar with New Mutants as you probably are. So can you explain to me who some of these characters were?
The characters in it were ones that were a part of the New Mutants. To the best of my knowledge. Like, we see Magic in it. That's Colossus' sister. Wolfsbane. Danny Moonstar. Sunspot. Cannonball, played by... I want to say that kid who's on Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
And freaking Wolfsbane is played by, what's her name? Maisie Williams.
Maisie, I thought that was her.
Yeah.
It looked like her.
From Game of Thrones. And... Warlock is gonna be in it, but I don't know if he was one of the things that like blink and you miss it type thing in the trailer. I don't think he was in it at all actually, but I know that he's gonna be in it, but he's gonna be completely CGI.
Why is that?
Because he is a alien creature, part of the Phalanx. The word that for the life of me, I still didn't even take the time to see if I'm saying it right since the last time I recorded. But he's an alien that. CGI would feel like the only way to do him justice.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, all right. Makes sense.
And Alice Braga from I Am Legend, she's playing a doctor. I don't think she's playing a doctor that's a part of the X-Men comic continuity because I don't even know what her name is yet because I don't know if it's even been released. Yeah. And I know that I think the villain of the piece is supposed to be the New Mutants villain Demon Bear.
Okay.
Which I didn't even know was a thing till I found out this movie was coming out. But basically, the New Mutants were X-Men in training.
Okay.
You know, they did basically everything not everything the X-Men did, but, you know, to an extent. Mm-hmm. And then that was it.
Okay.
Like, New Mutants is the one that I was just kind of like...
Is this another obscure one? Like, what's their...
No, this was New Mutants. Like, people know who the New Mutants are and were. You know, they haven't really. I think the last thing that was even remotely close to a New Mutants was Generation X.
All right.
You know. That's to the best of my knowledge.
You told me that you really didn't care for the made-for-TV movie Generation X because of some aesthetics choices that they made.
Well, yeah, because that movie, they completely whitewashed Jubilee. Like, no, Jubilee is an Asian, has always been Asian. You cannot do such a iconic character and then just completely whitewash her. That's just, I'm not going to get into the whole thing about whitewashing.
You kind of did during our X-Men discussion.
Did I? I don't remember.
Yeah, you kind of did during our X-Men discussion.
Okay.
We didn't really go into length why that was a bad idea, but at the same time,
it's a fucking bad idea. Pardon my French, but yeah, it was a bad idea. Like, come on now.
But in New Mutants, do you think they'll have that problem?
No, they don't have that problem because all the two characters of color, Sunspot and Danny Moonstar, are played by a Hispanic, like the character is in the book, and was it First Peoples actress? Because I know you're not supposed to say what Native American
indigenous people.
Thank you, indigenous.
Indigenous
actors played like they. That's a problem that is getting solved slowly but surely when it comes to stuff like this. They're doing it to get it right.
Right.
You know? And I appreciate that.
Right. So why do you think they went with a horror theme for this one?
To try something new. I mean, it's not really been done before. I guess you can count Blade as a superhero horror movie, and maybe even Hellboy. Hellboy, yeah. But Blade, nah, it just felt like a straight up action movie to me. But it was a vampire. It was dealing with vampires. So I mean, it's not something that's really done often, I should say, as far as mainstream franchises like the more, not saying mainstream, but weller known franchises. Like, you wouldn't expect them to do a horror movie set in the X-Men universe.
Right.
And that's something I'm liking so far that they're doing. Like, when they're not trying to continue to ruin the main franchise continuity, is they're branching out. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do next for like, say, even for instance, when they do X-Force, like, I wonder if they're going to do, like, it'll be like a straight-up military movie, but set, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I'm interested to see where Fox is going to take it and hopefully get the continuity right.
I don't really think... Just like we've talked before, like, we've talked length about this. They think that certain things are going to work based off of numbers, based off of what their last few movies have done. Yeah. And shoot, if these things continue to make money, then they're just going to continue to go the same route.
Yeah.
You know?
But like I said, that's why I'm glad that they're doing what they're doing.
Right. So we got the creepy music. We got the horror setting.
And the fact that it takes place in what looks to be an asylum. Yeah.
Yeah. Was any of that, like, there in the comics? Was there ever a horror element in the New Mutants continuity?
Not that I know of. Not that I don't really, not that I know of. I don't know if ever there's been something like that in the New Mutants.
Okay, because that one scene involving the washer dryer, that kind of got me jumping. I got to give it up to them for that. And I'm not a horror fan, but because this is because of what this is supposed to be, I know that it's only going to have like a little bit of horror, like when you watch a Doctor Who episode and you have those moments of horror in there. They're there to keep you in suspense. They're there to somewhat scare you, but this is not a straight up horror.
Yeah.
You know, they're just gonna have some elements in there to change the tone up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna be seeing this. I will not be talking about future trailers going forward because I feel like this is enough for me.
Well, I mean, we were what, 6 months out from it, give or take.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're probably only gonna get one more full trailer before it.
These are movie advertisements in 2017, 2018. You know that they have to have at least, especially for superhero films, 3 to 4 different trailers before the movie.
Yeah, but I feel
out.
like because this movie just wrapped not too long ago, and I mean, we just like with most movies, we'll get a trailer. Not most movies, but there are instances where after the first month they'll try to put a trailer out. You know, stuff like that. I mean, hell, look at the kind of teaser trailer for Deadpool 2. I don't even think that movie hadn't even started filming yet, and we got that.
Right.
And that was 6 months ago. When did Logan? 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's not unheard of for people to do multiple trailers and teasers and such. But I don't know. I feel like we'll get one more maybe with when Deadpool 2 comes out.
Okay.
We'll probably get one more trailer for that, if anything, and then that'll be it, because then this comes out 2 months later.
Right.
You know? We're going to save the problem with superhero trailers in general. I feel like we need to save that for another show, because we did have an in-depth discussion with one of your friends at Rite Aid earlier today about,
Walgreens.
Yeah, Walgreens.
Yeah. Because we were talking about the Black Panther trailer. But speaking of continuity, where does this fit?
I don't know yet. We won't know yet until, I remember when they were still talking about it, there was rumblings that it's going to take place in the current continuity with McAvoy and Fassbender and Lawrence in it. But I don't know. I remember at one point they were talking about how even the new Storm and McAvoy's Professor X were supposed to appear in it, but I don't think that's happening. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's not happening.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So I know so much. I know about McAvoy not being in it. I don't know if New Storm is going to be in it, but I don't think so.
Okay.
But from what I heard, it's supposed to take place in that continuity. But there's no telling yet. We won't know until April.
You know who I gotta ask? I gotta ask Eric. I gotta ask our comic book guy.
But I feel like he goes to the same sites I go to.
He probably does.
I mean, and I follow a movie like Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder, because I don't stop following news until it comes out on DVD.
But he's a walking, talking comics encyclopedia, so I feel like
that's what I'm saying. But there's no information, no set in stone information about it. So if I haven't seen it on certain sites that I go to, there's no way he'll know.
Yeah.
Because that, and also because Wizard Magazine isn't a thing anymore.
Right. But if I ask him about the overall the overall story of the.
He'll definitely know that. I thought you were still talking about which continuity.
No, I'm talking about as it pertains to the comics. Because if I try to.
My bad. I thought you were still talking about the movie continuity. I'm sorry.
But also I was talking about the movie continuity at first, but then I'm like, where does this fit in the comics continuity? Because I know that there's so many different.
This was 80s X-Men. This was like late 80s, early 90s X-Men. That's where they fit into the continuity. Like the coming off of the Claremont stuff. I even want to say he had a hand in creating the team. I am drawing a super blank right now, but I want to say Chris Claremont had a hand in creating the New Mutants.
Okay.
Or at least wrote some of it. Mm-hmm. But I know, this is, Chris Claremont. This is 80s, 90s X-Men. I don't say more 80s, leaning more towards the 80s than 90s X-Men, because 90s is when, the X-Men really, like we said in the last one, that's when X-Men hit their effing spot. He did have a hand in it. He created the New Mutants.
Oh, okay.
So I had to look that up because it was bugging me. It was gonna bug me till I actually looked up. 82 is when it started. Him and Bill. Don't think I'll ever say this name right either. Sienkiewicz. Vic. Yeah. I knew he had a hand in it. I just wasn't 100% on Chris Claremont.
Oh, okay.
So.
But overall for this teaser, does it have you pumped?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, the thing is, because me being such a diehard X-Men fan, most X-Men movies do.
Right.
Until I tend to reserve judgment to a final product, so you won't hear me saying, "Oh, this looks like shit" about any movie.
Right.
Like, because I go in there, blank slate for the most part, as much as I can.
As much as you can.
I'm not going to say a movie looks like shit until I finally see it and can be like, oh yeah, that was a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. Like with The Last Stand. Like we've talked before, I was so amped for that movie, but then it was too much too soon. Mm-hmm. Well, not too much too soon, just too much in general. Mm-hmm. Mainly because, I was mostly amped for live action Beast for the first time, and they couldn't have gotten anybody better to play him. Mm-hmm. Like Kelsey Grammer is like, he was Beast, but just poor. It felt rushed. The director just fucking sucked.
He's like, let's just have him in this scene just so he's there.
And then also there's my lack of Cyclops problem. Like I said, the thing too that pissed me off about that is because the original director, he had plans to do the Phoenix Saga right. Mm-hmm. Like he was going to do 3 and 4 at the same time. If what I read in Wizard back then was accurate, which I feel like it was. Right. He was going to do the Phoenix Saga was going to be the main story. It wasn't going to be an afterthought to the mutant cure like 3 was. Right. He was going to do 3 and 4, but then he got offered Superman Returns. And then was like, peace.
Well, like I said, we've done a lengthy discussion, and I'm pretty sure we could do more about the X-Men franchise.
I'm sure there's going to be a part 2.
Oh yeah. This was just a tiny follow up because there's been a lot of comic stuff this last week, but we wanted to specifically talk about X-Men because we talked at length about X-Men and
we were like hours away from the trailer coming out, so we were going to be like, yeah, let's talk about this first, and then
but I had already put everything else together and put it online. So check it out on SoundCloud. It'll also be on YouTube. Everything Elder Tenchi or On the Brain Entertainment. Check me out on Twitter at Elder Tenchi. Check him out on Twitter
at Mr. Rick Azodrac, MrRikAzodrac.
Appreciate
Hope that wasn't too fast.
And let us know, what did you guys think of the trailer? Does this have you pumped for the next movie? This new tone, this new switch, this new take? What do you think? Are you for it? Or are you against it? Or are you just liking it because it's a movie, it's another action flick, Marvel fan, DC fan? Let us know. All right, and with that, we bid you peace, love.
I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it this time.
You want to do it so bad. You want to do it so
every other time you do it, I secretly sneak it in thinking you're going to be like, so.
Oh, man. No.
I'm not going to do it this time.
My name is not Don Cornelius.
Hey, too soon. No, it's not. He's been that couple years. Man.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But peace, love, and never be normal.